Okay, so we are live now on our Introvert Network Asia Facebook page. So hello everybody, I'm Hui Fang here from Introvert Network Asia. So together with me is the INA in short for Introvert Network Asia. Here with me is the INA team, okay, introducing what is the Introvert Business Mixer, which is our business networking meetups, and also the features of IBM. So sorry, I wanted to ask just a show of hands, how many of you watch the Facebook live like snippets before the session upcoming to today? We had a few. We are always trying new things in INA. So this time around we try the Facebook live like snippet, like lunch chat. I started off with Ray, yeah. Then we talk about R, which is referrals. Then after that, O is who ah? I did it with Roger. So we do talk about online meetups. Then C is connection. So connection Ray did with Yo Wei. Then after that K, I did it with Imran, who is also here with us today. Yeah. So line up to today, which is talking about the whole thing, what is ROCK all about. Okay. So today that's this. So before we go into like what is INA and all, please let us share with you who is who in INA. Okay, so let me share screen. Okay. Okay, just a little bit of introduction. So INA, Introvert Network Asia. So we actually started off from 2013 from Singapore, and right now our presence is in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Philippines. And we are actually doing things to create the nurturing environment, the comfortable environment for introverts to network, mingle, social, and for business. So this is the INA team. So okay, I'm not sure which is your left and right, but anyway, the very important man in this picture is the man in white. Okay, that's Mervin, yeah, the founder of INA. So beside him is Ashley, in charge of admin and finance. Beside her is me, also very important. I do the events. I'm in charge of events and program. Then beside me is Ray, also very important. He does communication for internet for our regional. Then Melvrick, backend guy, doing all the technical stuff for us. Then Kok Wai, who is unable to join us today, he also does the communication portion for INE. Yeah, so these are the four signature programs of Introvert Network Asia. So first of all is the coffee and conversation, which is very casual chit chat session. Then we have inspiration and interaction, where we invite speaker to share some experience. Then we move on to also interaction chit chat. Then Introvert Business Mixer, which is the business networking, which we will focus on today. And also Roundtable Recruits, which is a smaller session. So we put it very small groups so that we go in depth into introversion topics. Yeah. So these are some of the events that we did. Yeah. So you can see that actually in INA, we focus on very small group sharing. Yeah, because introverts, we feel more comfortable when it's a smaller group. Yeah. So this is like INI, invited speaker. So this is IBM, Introvert Business Mixer. We have speakers who actually share topics that are of interest to business owners. This was a few years back. It's an anniversary celebration at a hotel. We also have very casual sessions, like this is just catching up at the Chinatown Hawker Center just for Chendo. Then we have bowling session. Yeah, so when COVID came, everything shifted online. Yeah. So you want to find out more about the events, the pictures, etc., you can go to our website, introvertsnetwork.asia. So I'll stop share from here first. Okay, so this is just a quick review of what is INA. Then next, let's move on to, okay, let me get out of my share screen, cannot see y'all. Okay, this is the problem that I always have when I do share screen. Yeah. Okay, so just now you had a sense of like what are the type of events that we do, and we actually really focus more into the business networking for now under IBM. Yep. So without further ado, I'll get our founder to share about what is this new IBM all about, and what are the features. Why this community for business for introverts. Mervin, over to you, please.
Okay, hi. Thanks, Hui Fang. Hi, everyone. Let me go back quickly. 7 years ago when we started this, is really to get introverts to connect with each other. So I wanted them to get from online to offline, but now we're back online, you know. So we are adapting. One of the things that was close to my heart was because my background for more than a dozen years was in business networking, where I ran a networking organization for small business owners. And so I wanted to make use of the experience, the knowledge I had, and of course with people who are skilled, trained in this area. And I really wanted to help the small business owners, especially small business owners, because we know the challenges they face. Yeah. So networking, business networking is one aspect that I found if they can find a strategic, purposeful, consistent way to get connected, they will generate the referrals they're looking for themselves. And so IBM, maybe we didn't give all this information out there. I started off with the 4 signature meetups that agenda that Huifang has mentioned. IBM actually started off as the referrals conversation. Yeah, I don't have a lot of ideas, so I copy Channel News Asia, the referrals conversation. So I wanted to focus the conversation on the referrals. So I only ran, I think, 2 or 3 meetups. And then it evolved into IBM, Introvert Business Mixer. So if you know, we've also tried speed networking, you know, for IBM, you know, for those introverts who dare, you know, they want to meet as many people as possible. And also to have a flavor, that means a difference. That means not just talk about referrals. Once in a while, we get speakers, and sometimes we also have 2 or 3 presenters. So we wanted to have a bit of variety. And at that time, we went 2 or 3 referrals conversation, and then there was one, we went about 10 IBMs within 6 months, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So we were very excited, aggressive at the start. And then, you know, a lot of things happened, and I changed of teams and all that. Overall, I think since then, I think we've run at least 20 IBMs. So we know, we have an idea. Some of the people in the team have been trained by me recently or in the past on how to give and get referrals from each other, right, in a systematic way. So IBM is really for business people to connect online, and later, hopefully, if the restrictions are lifted, from online to offline. We're looking forward, when I saw the photos, I start missing interacting with people, and shake hands and make eye contact and all that. So we are adapting, as we say, we are keeping this up. And so we are moving IBM to become a little more systematic, add a little bit more structure. Those of you are just like me, we want to be a system and structure. This will be the place for you where you can get connected for business. Yeah. So is that all for now, Huifang?
Up to you. You are the founder. You can share as much as
I can
you
go
want.
on all day, so it's very dangerous. So ROCK, I think we'll be talking about rock later or now. Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah. So,
they all keep hearing me repeat
okay,
what
rock. Yeah.
ROTK, right?
Yeah.
So let's go down into so back to me, yeah?
Yeah, go.
So thank you, Mervin, for
Thank you.
sharing why you got started and things like this. Yeah, so moving on. So what are the respective feature, right? Talking about referrals. So basically, as Mervin has mentioned, basically referrals has been happening, yeah, without any structure already there. Meaning, right, we meet people, and especially I find for me I'm in actually different business networking groups, but I find that the referrals given in INA very solid. Meaning, right, because introverts, we don't anyhow give referrals. We really think through first before we connect, before we do the appropriate connection. That's why when the referrals is given, it's very solid and the closing rate is very high. Yeah. So like examples, we know that Kok Wai, although he's not here with us, but he's into video, he's into websites and video shoots and corporate shoots and all. So when my friend she actually asked like who does corporate shoots, right? Immediately I think of Kok Wai, then I referred him already. Then I went to Kippo, their shooting session because it's my friend. Then there are many such cases that actually went around, but it's just that we never captured the transactions. That's what I meant by the structure. The system is not exactly there yet, but it's already moving. It's already referrals are already passed around. Yeah, so in terms of I just want to say that the referrals past year are very solid. Okay, that is one. So talking about referrals, so there are many cases of such, but I will just skip for now. Then next we move on to online meetings. So because of COVID, right, as just now Mervyn mentioned, we used to run offline sessions. Now everything has shifted online, and I seriously look forward to offline sessions as well. But right now I'm actually very happy because there's a mix. That we can have online sessions, which we actually we attracted regional participants as well. Like today, Butch is from Philippines, who is joining us. Yeah, so for me for my 2 years or so in INA, I have been only meeting Singaporeans. Okay, but because of this COVID, I'm meeting international, okay, regional crowd, not international yet, regional. Okay, we are in Asia, Introverts Network Asia. Okay, so I start to get connected to INA people from like Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. Yeah, this region. So I see this as an opportunity for me to branch out my business as well. It's very Singapore, very localized for now, but because of this regional presence, and I'm connected to them because of this platform, I'm seeing my business can go abroad. Yeah. So online meetups. Then with this, right, I would like to also invite Imran. Are you ready to share with us? Because of this COVID, we shifted online, but you have experience for both offline and online in our Introvert Business Mixer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give the time to Imran to share with us what is so attractive about IBM that keeps you coming back month after month. I really see him put the effort to join us despite his very busy schedule. So what is so attractive that caught your attention and that you spend your time and effort here? Okay, Imran, over to you.
I think in my earlier years, when we talk about networking session, it can be very intimidating. I mean, when I started working, networking session was very objective. Networking session was very, I would say, maybe you can even say it's a bit cold. It's a very cold activity. So what happens is that usually even my mentor or my manager will say, okay, Imran, you got 1 hour. You don't come back for lunch or you don't come back here until you got collected about 20 name cards. So that's networking then. And that has been the routine for the longest time. So I'll just go out there, talk to anyone and everyone. Whatever conversation you can strike, just try your best and you collect name cards. But after a while, you realize that you don't really know what to do next because the conversation, they didn't have any depth. So even if you to do any follow-up or you want to have a conversation with them, it still feels very cold. It's still a cold lead. And what's the point? All that effort, you don't really make much progress. You're just feeling good after the whole activity of trying to collect name card game. So I think there's a difference here. It's much more relaxed. It's much more cozy. I feel like the people here or those that join us for this session, yes, we call it Introvert Business Mixer, but we are not all suited up. I mean, anyone here wearing a suit?
Yes, me. I wear a vest.
Ray. So I mean, we're not all suited up to pass off our name card around. It's more to really understand what is out there, what kind of businesses, what kind of industry is really out there. How can you share more about what you do? And this has been the mixer session all this while, especially the speakers that come in. They come in with the intention to share about what they're passionate about, and that makes it much more fulfilling to join the session. And I think every session, the kind of industry that you can get exposure to or the kind of conversations that we are able to attract have been very diverse. I mean, my personal favorite was, I think, the Subway franchise owner, where he shared about his journey transiting from full-time as an engineer to a franchise owner. And during that session alone, there were a few very interesting people. I think there was a lady who was a therapist to help children sleep better.
That's me.
That's you.
Me.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a very interesting one. I think there were writers. There was even a male skincare model. I mean, these people you can't really meet outside on the normal days. And even if you were to attend those conventional networking sessions, you won't have the opportunity to really ask them on a very personal level why they choose to embark on this journey. And the answers can really surprise you. And I feel like continuing forward is what Hui Fang mentioned, the COVID has allowed us to even now touch into the regional area. So we had conversations with people in Hong Kong, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. And we were asking them like how are things in Hong Kong, like has the COVID affected them, what kind of regulations are happening. So now you get an idea on the ground sensing what's happening beyond it just numbers and metrics. And I think that's what makes this kind of sessions stand out from the rest.
Mm-hmm. So from offline sessions to online, where you met the Hong Kong participant, that's Neha. Yeah, then, so in today's group, right, crowd, I actually see James. Hi, James. Do you mind sharing your experience? Because offline, you wouldn't able to join us. But when we went online, I do see you join us for a couple of sessions. So would you like to share your experience with us in terms of how do you find INA sessions?
Okay, actually, I kind of known a few people, from INA. So I kind of like, it's more offline to online. So, but one thing I have to say, because I attend a lot of online sessions, right? Some I'm more comfortable, I guess, maybe because I'm an introvert. So, it's just different because a lot of times when I go to some sessions, I can actually feel that, it's really a very different environment, like people trying to push things and all those kind of things. Sometimes it does make me feel uncomfortable sometimes. But I guess being here, and I think I attended a few sessions also where there are breakouts, and then we kind of have like quite deep sharing. I mean, I wouldn't really say very deep, but it's able to really connect as introverts. I think that's really great. Yeah, so it's interesting. Yeah, thanks for having me, Hui Fang.
Thank you for joining us. So if you are here with us for a while, you will feel that one very common word that you hear people sharing their experience is comfortable. Yeah, because a lot of networking sessions, they are very in a huge group. Then for introverts, that is something that is, well, for me, I'm an introvert, but I'm quite an adapted one. So I over the years, I trained myself to level up my energy to a level whereby I'm comfortable to talk to people. But for most introverts, doing that effort to level up is really a lot of effort. Yeah, but in INA, we really create that kind of environment for people to feel comfortable, and you speak up when you are ready. Yeah, we are creating that environment which introverts love. We don't talk not because we nothing to talk, but it's just that we are not ready to talk yet. Yet is the word. Yeah. So talking about online meetups, I believe like from Imran and from James, you hear their experience of how they enjoy with us, our sessions. Next, we move on to the C of the rock, which is connections. So connection is very important. Yeah, we know people, we connect with people, not just on the surface, but we actually go deeper, which actually James mentioned earlier. Because 4 is our magic number. I always say this because we have breakout rooms, so we make them go into smaller groups. When it's a smaller group, they have deeper discussions, and you really connect at the deeper level, not just saying your name, what's your business, the very kind of common business networking events out there. Yeah. So when we are connected deeper, we really know the person. We know the person's business to a deeper level. That's when we will know who to look for, and the person will help you when you need. Yeah, because if we just know the name, we just know what business they do, whenever we need help, will they really help us back? Question mark, because we only know, but are we really connected? That is one. Is the relationship built? Question mark, right? So, but here, because we go a little bit deeper, that's where the connections are built stronger. And so whenever we need help, we will go back to our database. We will ask for who to come and help us on certain projects. I always say this is one strong point of mine. I'm not good in a lot of things, but I know who is good in what. So whenever I need something, I will know who to look for. And I'm very blessed because they do come and help me to fulfill that certain portion. And that's what introverts are very strong actually. Yeah. So sharing more examples of how connections are really made here. Example, right? One of our active INA members, which is Dean. So he actually started his insights with Dean Sham's Facebook Live. Usually on a Thursday afternoon or something. Sometimes his schedule changes. But anyway, he interviews very interesting characters. And from what I know, a lot of the characters that he actually interviewed are actually referred to him by our founder, Mervyn. Yeah. Then we also have like dialogues with introverts. So it's also because Mervyn, he is really well connected. So he really connected to different people to come on to the different shows. Then we also have the fireside chat, which is arranged by Melvrick. Yeah, all this can happen very quickly because we are connected. And people are willing to come on board to help us to make things happen. That's when connections are really built at the deeper level. Okay, that is the C portion. Next, we move on to the K portion, which is knowledge. So in IBM, we focus on business networking, right? So we talk about business, we talk about networking. And for business, it is really very, very big area to talk about. I see most of us here are having our own business also as well. So if you know, business is a very long journey. We have different aspects of it, right? Yeah, but we may not be good at all, right? So it's important for us to really keep ourselves on the learning journey to learn the different aspects. Yeah, and of course, networking is a part and parcel of business as well. So Melvrick, are you there? Yeah. So before I pass the mic on to Melvrick, I would just like to share that in IBM, right, we actually really put effort to really organize events or sessions to really help us to build up our business knowledge. Yeah, and upcoming in IBM, especially when you are a member with us for IBM membership, you will be in for a treat because you really have very good sessions arranged for you. And one of them is actually organized by Melvrick. So Melvrick, are you ready to share with us more in depth into that portion?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Hello,
so over
everyone.
to you, Melvrick.
Yeah, my name is Melvrick, one of the member of INA. So when we talk about IBM, right, one thing I must share is I was very super introvert. So I think Mervyn can say more about that if you talk to him privately. Not here, don't share here. Yeah, so I don't like to go networking. I don't know how to do networking, right? Business networking. Then there was a story where I arranged a networking session in my own premises for my customers, right, to mingle with each other, right. But I don't like to mingle around, right, because I just feel I'm very uncomfortable. So I actually asked Melvin to kind of help me host the my own networking session, right? So I just tag along with him, and it helps a lot, lah. As in, I get a partner, right, or buddy. You give me a minute. Someone is at the door. Hold on.
Okay, so while Melvrick is out to gather something from the door, I'll take over for a while. Talking about businesses, right? And also Melvrick, okay, just to share with you all before he comes back, okay? He actually is a startup founder for many startups. Yeah, some failed, some very successful. So he will be sharing a lot of his experience in terms of business, his journey with the IBM members in terms of his upcoming sessions catered for our IBM members. Yeah. So do look forward to him sharing what is it. He's a very structured guy. He's a very quiet guy. So when he talks means something is missing. Then he will make things right. Okay. So don't play. Okay, he's back.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so got some ninja van delivery. All right, so I don't really feel like networking, right? But after joining INA for many years, I get to expose myself to like opportunities that to mix with people in smaller groups, right? And slowly, you get a hang of it, and you kind of pick up the certain skills that you require for doing business networking. Then you connect with more people. Then I just leave it there. Yeah. So basically, once you connect with people, I realized that I get more business opportunities coming along the way as compared to when I don't want to do networking, right? Yeah. So just to share a little bit why I think IBM is great for me, right, personally. Yeah. So we talked about the knowledge part of the rock, right? Yeah. So to me, if you run a business, you got to kind of learn, continuously learning, right? So and especially, you know, the market out there is constantly changing, right? And if you're in IT, every 2-3 years things just change, and then completely can just whatever you know can just be wiped out, right? Or not just that, right? If you're not in IT, you know, you're using some systems, you may, your system may be outdated, right? There's something better out there, or even cheaper, or even free of charge, right? I will share a little bit more why free. There are free software out there that you can just tap on and get your business started, right? So such knowledge is there, but you probably, someone knows something and another person knows something else, right? But if all these people come together and then they share all their knowledge, right? Can you imagine how powerful that is? Like in a business networking session, like maybe you talk to 10 people, or in a span of like a few months, you manage to talk to like 10 people, then you probably get 10 different very interesting or very valuable knowledge, right, from these people, right? So it's about sharing the knowledge, right, or what you know, right? And but for IBM, we want to go a little bit further, as in for knowledge, right? We came out with this like I've been in startup for about 10 years now, starting 2010. Even before startup is like a very cool and a hip thing in Singapore, right? I'm hanging around in Brock 71, Ayer Rajah there, right? So I myself also like founded a few startups, but of course a few of them failed, but failure is learning also, it's also knowledge, right? So from this many years of startup experience, I actually gather a framework where I feel that it's actually very valuable to small businesses, right? Things that I learned from Startup Accelerator, or from VCs, or mentors or big VC firms, right? So what I've learned from them, there are like many business framework out there. They'll probably tell you what will work for you and what will not work for me, right? So even though there's so many frameworks, you just have to choose the right one, right? And even within the same framework, right, you got to know what is it all about and apply correctly. You cannot just take wholesale and then just apply. It probably doesn't fit your entire business, right? It's kind of tweak here and there, and then you need to know how to tweak. So through all this experience, I came out with I also call it IBM framework, so to align with our business networking name IBM, right? So IBM stands for another short form. IBM stands for my business framework. It stands for initiate, right? Build and manage, right? So why initiate? Initiate is actually the starting point of when you're starting to plan for your business, right? So you initiate something, right? So you start to do business planning, and within this business planning, what are the key considerations you need to have? You know, like your idea. Is your idea solving a big problem, and how big is the problem? Is there potential customers, and if there are potential customers, how much are they willing to pay you? You know, all this part of the business planning. Of course, financial planning is also very important in the business planning. So that's like under the initial stage. But even if you are already running a business for a few years, right? Sometimes you may not be very structured, or you may not have considered the various aspects when you started your business, right? So you still can go back to the initiate and say that, you know, you cross-check whether I have done that. If I've done that, did I do it properly, or what was missing? And probably sometimes when you find that the missing pieces that in the initiate part, right? Maybe the exact problems that why you're stuck, you know, business, or it's not growing as fast as you want it to be, right? So initiate doesn't really say that, you know, when you're starting a new business, then initiate is applicable to you. It can be a running business, but you just go back to initiate and then just do, you know, cross-check, right? Then when you come to build, right, means you already do all the planning. You know there's your product or services, there's a market there for you. There are customers who are willing to pay a certain price, and you're very sure about that. then you build your product or your service, right? You build your business, right? You probably build we call it MVP, like something very small, minimum viable product, right? And then just go out and then test it, and then start to get feedback. So what we believe in the MVP model is you build, you test, right, and then you learn. Okay, and then the one thing I learned is that don't think that what you know what your customer wants, right? Always don't assume, right? Always go and ask, go and test, go and check before you dump all your time and resources into something, right? Let's just do the build, test and learn model, right? Which is part of the MVP. So you learn more about all this in the build section of the IBM framework. The last M is actually called manage. Means you already built the business. How you manage your business and make sure that all the operation goes smoothly. So you have your human resource, you have your financial planning, you have your accounting and bookkeeping, right? You have your marketing, you have your whatever, right? All under manage, right? So if you're running a business, you know how to manage a business. So what are things that you need to consider? So it's very structured, like step by step. It's like a guidebook or it's like a Bible for business owners, right? So I put all this together, which I actually would like to share with IBM members, right? So every month, we have one complimentary session, about 1.5 to 2 hours. Me and Mervin is going to rotate, right? This month I'm going to talk about my business framework. Then another month, maybe Mervin will talk about business networking, you know. So we have actually prepared for all IBM members. 1 month, there's always a complimentary session that you can actually come out, share, allow us to share with you, not really to train or what, but just to share our knowledge with you, right? So that's the IBM framework. But before I go, the IBM, the M, right? I have also M1, M2, and M3, right? M1 is the manage that I talk about, right? But when you manage your business, like you're ready to scale further, right? Scale business further. I have an M2, which is magnified. Magnified means you grow your business bigger, right? That's why the word magnified, right? And then when you manage to magnify your business, grow already, right? You want to scale even further, like go regional or go international, right? Right. Then you have the M3, which is called multiplier, right? So do join us so that I can have my opportunity to share all this with all of you. Okay. Maybe you want to share a little bit on the business networking class that we have arranged for them. Yeah.
Sure. I thought you wanted to show your slides. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. So you all can tell that Maverick, when Hufang mentioned back end, he's actually the brains behind. So I'm very thankful that he's journeyed with me the last few years. He saw how we went, and I knew he was observing. I didn't know he was processing. And in the last 6 months or so, together with the team, we believe we have come to a model where we are ready to showcase, where we are ready to show, invite business people to come and take this journey with us through IBM. My background in business networking is about 2 decades, right? And then part of that, most of that is training, coaching, mentoring. Yeah, and I also have started about 13, 14 startups and failed most of them, and so we can definitely relate, and we've had our successes, and I'm very thankful that Melvin put this together, this IBM, these 3 M's. So let me just share one slide now. I think Nimran will be happy because I only got 3 points. Okay, let me try and do that. Okay.
Are you able to share your screen?
Yeah. Can?
Great.
Okay, very quickly, this is a profit model. I contributed a chapter.
We are not seeing your screen.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, since Mervin is sorting out his slideshow, I just want to share with you a bit. Okay. So I continue to share first. Okay, just now Maverick was sharing that he helps business people like sorting out the system and all, right? So I'm one example lah. Okay, I started my own business, but everything in a mess. Okay, so he's the one who actually helped me to sort things out. Yeah, so I'm very grateful for that. So I'm sure when you join us as part of us in the IBM membership, you'll be really be in for a treat for a lot of things, not just the different systems that he shared earlier, but a lot more behind. And he gives very practical tips. Basically, he no nonsense, so he, okay. So
Be warned,
back to you, Martin.
Thanks. Also same thing what Hui Fang mentioned, because I came up with started a training and coaching company last year, after being reluctant to start another business, Quiet Impact Asia. So Maverick is involved in that, and so having the meetings with him, all that really put whatever concepts and all that we have in place. So he's a strategic person, so it'd be helpful that it's helpful that he came up with the model, the framework for us. So very quickly, this profit model came from a chapter that I contributed in a thick book some years ago. So I won't go through everything, but I want to say that these are the 3 things that we will be sharing with you during that 1.5 to 2 hours. So it's like a mini workshop. So I will be sharing the 6 time tested principles. And if you are alert, you can guess that the 6 time tested principles is based on another acronym. Sorry about that. This is Singapore. It's PROFIT. Very quickly, it's about purpose, it's about reciprocity, opportunity, fundamentals, interdependence, and tenacity. And these are very powerful principles. And I've done, I keep saying that I've been in business networking for a long time, not just training, teaching others, but also I'm networking all the time, and I've learned from a lot of mentors from Singapore, the region, and even the US, Canada, and UK. So I've done a lot of this, and so I'm trying to update because now there's online networking, all that, but the principles still stay the same, right? And so these are powerful networking principles practiced by master networkers around the world. I guarantee you that. So the second one is the 4 Ps of referral marketing. Also, this one borrowed from the famous Philip Kotler, right? So we're going to talk about the product that you have, the presentation that you have in place, and the performance. That means you yourself have to be the one delivering, and the promotion. Now, the promotion part is the business networking aspect that we will take a longer time, deeper, because you will work through others in your business network to promote for you. And Imran mentioned his online a few days ago also about talking about word of mouth. So this is actually word of mouth marketing, referral marketing, and I'm going to share with you these 4 Ps, right, during that mini workshop. Smart moves for introverts. Oh, this one came up especially for IBM, especially for introverts, because just now Maverick didn't give me the permission. I would have told you some of the experience that we had, attending networking event, and I made a lot of observation how introverts, they need to manage. We need to manage. So I will be sharing some practical ways for us to manage expectations of who? Of ourselves and of others. Because we always thinking and always wondering, who is this guy? What's he going to do? What's he going to talk to me? What's he going to sell? And so we have to manage all these thoughts. And of course, because we are introverts, we talk about charging, recharging, and pre-charge. Now, recently I came out with it. We have to pre-charge before an event, even online meetup. So we have to manage our energy. Yeah. And so some people will think that I network a lot. I network strategically, right? Especially if you're introvert, because I know I'll be in my best form when I manage my energy, right? So I will share with you how you maneuver your way in the event hall, if it's offline. But now that it's online, it's the same thing. Making connections online or offline, I will be sharing some smart moves for you as introverts to maneuver in these different platforms. I call them arenas of networking. Yeah, so we will be sharing with you when you participate with us in IBM. Yeah, thank you, Hui Fang.
Okay, thank you, Mervin, for sharing about a little bit more about into business networking portion, which is your forte. Yep. So talking about networking, right? I'm not sure of what is your networking experience. I'm very happy that I hear a new word today, which is called pre-charge. Okay, I realize I always say I have a button. Okay, so meaning, right, I will on the button when I need to network, when I need to talk to people, when I need to present, when I need to be like, with the kind of energy up there. Yeah, so I think last time I on the button too much until I'm very tired. Okay, yeah, because I didn't learn how to like recharge myself properly. So last time when I started my own business, I was out there networking like crazy. Okay, I was a novice so I just go to different sessions and just get to know as many people as possible, etc. I was doing it the wrong way. Yeah, but of course, we learn our lessons along the way. So now I become smarter, like what Mervyn was sharing. He will share smart moves for us, okay, especially introverts. The energy really goes down quick, okay? Yeah, if we meet too many at one go. So talking about networking, right? So there are many different networking styles. So some people, they go to different networking events that are organized by different organizations so that they can, meet the vast kind of the numbers, getting the quantity. But quality, question mark. We all know, right? So just want to share a little bit of my experience of instead of just going to many events, many organizers events. That was what I did last time. But now I actually streamline. I only go for events that's organized by just a few organizations. Okay, reason because I want to build deeper connections. Like for myself, I'm active in only 3 now. Okay, one is just for social. I'm involved in my community, which is a heritage group. I go there to play, not so much for business networking. Yeah, I go there to know people, make friends. Yeah, but actually I do get business deals from there because I make friends, I make the connections. Then I'm into another group, which is more for business networking. Yeah, the group is huge. Okay, that's why every time I go, I need to level up my energy. Okay, but because the group is huge, there are many opportunities. Okay, so that is my objective of being in that group. But the group that I'm always most comfortable in is always INA, Introverts Network Asia. Why? Because I feel at home here. I don't need to pre-charge too much. My battery, yeah, I'm automatically comfortable here because I know, okay, people will give me time to level up, to be ready to speak. When I'm not, I just hear people talk. They won't look at me and say, why are you not talking? They won't do that. Okay, that's because this is the comfortable environment that we created here. But it's also because when we keep seeing each other, we build stronger and stronger relationship. That's when all the ROCK comes. The referrals come naturally because they know me, I know them. Online meetups, actually offline to online, same. The principles are the same. Then C will be connections. I keep emphasizing the deeper connections that we built here. Then of course knowledge from the different, and actually introverts we share deeper also. So our knowledge also go deeper and wider. Yeah. So that is one point that I would like to share in terms of importance of joining a membership group, so that you really build bonds over there instead of just across the board, different organizations. Yep. So that is my fair share of my networking journey. So next, I'll invite Ray to share a little bit of because he's also active in a few business networking groups. Ray, over to you.
Okay, hi. So as what Hui Fang has mentioned, so this thing about actually before I share, can you all see me on the speaker view? Okay, can. Okay, so I was just saying, right, about this special about networking. I've been through a few, but more importantly, I always ask people, right, what do you expect to get out of a networking session? Okay, why I ask this question is because I every time I tell people, right, when you go to a networking session, right, expect surprises. Why surprise? Because seriously, you really don't know where's your next business will come from. However, you need to be at the place where the surprise will come. You know, people need to know you are there in order to give you a surprise, right? So that's the reason why it is important to put ourselves in not just one, not just two, but in multiple networking platforms, so that when people want to refer a business, when they look around, you are there. So that's to me is a very key point about networking. Networking is not just putting ourselves in one place, but putting ourselves everywhere, so that when people want to refer business to you, they know you are there to refer the thing to you. Yep. So that's my sharing.
So it's important. Different people will network with a different style. So for me, I just focus on 3 groups because that's where my energy can reach. Okay, but some they can actually go into different organizations. It's just our time management, or rather our energy management, how we manage our energy. Yeah, so I think we have talked a lot about the ROC&K portion, and I'd like to invite Ray to share more about what is this IBM membership all about. So those are some of the features, benefits of being joining us for IBM membership. But what exactly is the membership, and what are the benefits details? So Ray, over to you.
Okay, so as Hui Fang has mentioned on the membership about IBM, okay, we think through a lot already. Most importantly, right, we will always ask people when they sign up for a membership, what's the value they want to take out? So the very first one, right, it is as Hui Fang mentioned, we're gonna have a monthly meeting. So whenever we meet monthly, definitely you'll be a top of mind record in somebody's mind. I would say that is a very important rather than to have to join a networking group, just putting our name there, that's about it. No, we're not going to do that. Second thing, we always say social media presence. You want to have a kind of social media presence when people Google, like whenever you meet somebody new, okay, how are you going to know anything about a person? You're going to Google about a person, right? Okay, we're going to feature you in our website. So that's one thing, the another value we're going to throw in. And these are two very minimum value we're going to throw in. We even have a referral system that's coming up. Of course, this one is work in progress, a lot of technicality to it. When we come to our IBM, we're going to share more about it. So we have a referral system in place. And all these are just some minimum thing that we have, like even like some promo of some of our training classes and all. So this is really the value of joining IBM, to connect with people, to have very effective business networking. Okay, so to go straight to the thing, just curious, Hui Fang. I mean, or anybody on the ground that's attending this session now, how much typically a business networking membership costs in Singapore?
From what I know, the more popular, more established one is around 1,000 for a year.
I'm just curious, Imran. I saw that you like, have you joined any membership or heard of any business networking platform?
I think it's about 50 to 60 per month. One of the baseline ones.
Yep. So that's exactly what you say. 50 to 60, that's baseline. So if you look at it, we did our research and we have concluded same thing. We're gonna charge a membership about that range that Imran had mentioned, because that's really the baseline for the kind of value that you're providing. However, we know that at this difficult time, right, we really want to help everybody in this current situation, current climate, to really try to connect people within this space. Okay, so for now, till 31st of December, rather than 580, okay, it's going to be 280. But remember, when you sign up with us, please remember to put in the promotion code, the IBM 2028 280 2020. Okay, so when you go to our website, you can find this promo code there. So do check us out. Okay, come to our IBM event itself, ask more detail on what this membership is about. And if you think that this is the way to go, just sign up. So that's all I have for this IBM membership. I hand over the time to Hui Fang.
Okay, to join us, right, you can just simply go to the introvertsnetwork.asia website, and from there, just click on Join IBM. The details will be there as well. Or if you have any questions, you can always just come to us. And that leads me to the upcoming portion, which is the Q&A portion. Is there any questions that you have regarding IBM? Just unmute yourself and ask. Oh, so no questions. We are so clear.
Maybe I can ask,
Yes.
will we be breaking out today on breakout groups?
No, today is
Today
just
is not.
a session, and we are ending soon at 3 o'clock. Today is just a 1 hour session. If you want to join us in the breakout room session, that is next Wednesday, which is the proper IBM, which is the Introvert Business Mixer. Today is just a overview of what are the features, benefits, etc. Yeah, join us for, okay, it's not just breakout rooms, we have more for our IBM. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this a lot of exciting new things. Maybe will there be a recap or a summary of today's conversation?
We can do it. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of new things, and I think a summary will help. Like, oh, so this is what we can expect in the near future to get us, keep track. Like, oh, okay, this is some of the stuff which I know I can participate in.
So meaning you want to know like what's the agenda for a typical IBM, is it? Or...
I think like whatever that was discussed earlier, some of the new things that's gonna be rolled out. If a summary can be provided, that will help a lot. At least you can share with some of the friends who might find it useful.
Okay, we can always edit the post with the whatever discussed into the Facebook live post, right? So you can just copy the link and send to your friends thereafter. Okay, any other questions? Okay, no, typical introvert group. Questions, very few questions, okay, because they need to think first before they ask. But we are always available, so you can just contact us anytime when you are comfortable to share with us.
What's the promo code again?
Okay, it is wait
280 2020. 280 20. Give me a while.
you guys still got the alphabet.
And just type in the chat group because I'm trying to find.
But the promo code is on the website itself when you need to pay. Yeah. IBM 280 2020. This is actually captured from the website. Candy?
Yeah, trying to go in and find out.
Okay, just go to introvertsnetwork.asia. Okay, so talking about what is IBM all about, etc. So next upcoming, the very next IBM Introvert Business Mixer is next Wednesday on the 19th of August, 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. So our invited speaker is Justin Fong. So he will talk more about our winning USP, because we need to stand out, right? How to stand out so that people will see us and really get our product or services in terms of our businesses. Then that is the invited speaker portion. We do have our own a little bit more about the agenda for IBM. We do have the breakout rooms whereby we go into smaller groups. Then we can actually get to know each other's business more, and you'll be a facilitated one. So introverts, don't worry, you just come in. As long as you know your business well, you'll be able to share more about your business, and you'll be able to learn more about the other's business as well. That's when you know deeper, you connect better, and referrals comes naturally. Yep. So that is one portion. And a very, very exciting one will be, okay, introverts, right? We are quite shy. So sometimes we think until over paralyzed, right? Then we don't go and make the connection. We don't go and make the appointment, Yeah, but here we help you to do the appointment. How is it? I don't tell you first. You must join us next Wednesday. And that is the star feature of Introvert Business Mixer, which all introverts will enjoy because we pave it out for you. You just be there, enjoy it. Yep. So that is pretty much what is IBM for next Wednesday. I will not tell you too much because I want you to experience and find out for yourself. Okay, so that's for next Wednesday. So before we end the session, as usual, we will do a group photo. So if you are comfortable, please on your video. We'll take a group photo before we say bye at 3 o'clock. And INA, we are very punctual. Okay, is Kelvin there? Okay, is Ashley there? Are you convenient to on your video because I know you're outside? Ashley, a lot of times she cannot join us, but she still join us on her mobile. Okay, so Kelvin, are you there? Last count, 3, 2, 1. Okay, don't have. Okay, I'll just do our group photo. Just look at your camera and give me your brightest smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me confirm that I captured it, yeah? Okay, give me a moment. Okay, all the bright smiles I can see. Very good. Okay, so with that, I'll end the session proper already. So thank you very much for joining us today, this afternoon for an hour to know more about us, the team, what is IBM all about, and some of the features that we have. I look forward to seeing you. If best is all of you next Wednesday, okay? If not, I will see some of you plus some of your friends as well. So do help us to share about IBM and with your friends who are doing business, especially those who are introverted, a bit shy about doing business networking. We provide the comfortable environment for you to network properly, connect deeper, share knowledge, and referrals comes naturally. It's a natural process with here in INA. So with that, I end off the session saying bye-bye.